Hey there, fellow coin collectors and enthusiasts. Do you ever think about how a little penny could potentially be worth thousands of dollars? I mean, we're talking about a simple coin that's so small you could almost miss it in your pocket. But here's the twist: one specific penny from 2006, with a little D mint mark, could be worth up to $1.20 million. I know what you're probably thinking: a penny? Really? That small thing? Trust me, it sounds like something out of a coin collector's fairy tale. But I'm about to show you that this penny isn't just some forgotten loose change, it's a serious contender in the world of rare coins. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the fascinating world of the 2006 mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why it might just change how you look at your spare change forever. Most of us probably don't give much thought to pennies, right? I mean, they're just there, jingling around in our pockets, stuck in the couch cushions, or maybe tossed into the coin jar that's collecting dust. But what if I told you that the 2006 penny, one of the most common looking pennies out there, could be hiding a fortune? Sounds wild, right? Now, before you go running off to check your coin jar, let me tell you the secret behind this little guy. It's all about the details, my friends. The 2006 Lincoln penny isn't just your average run-of-the-mill penny. What makes this particular one so special is the rare characteristics that make it stand out from its many siblings. You see, while most pennies from that year are worth, well, just 1 cent, this specific one can fetch a price in the $1.2 million range, depending on its condition. That's right, a penny. What's the story behind this coin's value? It all comes down to rarity and condition. You've probably heard me talk about this before, but it's true, the condition of a coin matters a ton in determining its value. A well-preserved 2006 penny, one with sharp details and minimal wear, can be a hidden treasure. The catch is that these pennies aren't just sitting around in circulation waiting to be scooped up. No, they're rare to find in mint condition, so it takes a bit of luck, sharp eyes, and maybe a little bit of good timing. Okay, so let me tell you a quick story about how I once came across a rare coin. It was a random Tuesday morning, don't ask me why I remember the exact day, when I found a penny on the sidewalk. I bent down, picked it up, and immediately thought, this could be it. This is my big break. You know, that feeling when you're sure you've just found the next $1 million coin. Turns out, it was just a regular penny with a bit of wear and tear, but I couldn't resist Googling it just in case. And, well, the only thing rare about it was how badly I wanted it to be something special. It's funny, but the truth is, it taught me an important lesson: checking the details is everything. So, what should you be looking for in the 2006 penny? First, check for that mint mark. The D on the coin is for the Denver Mint, and it's a crucial part of what makes this penny worth more than just a single cent. Then, check for any signs of wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. A coin with minimal wear will have clearer features, especially on Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the Lincoln Memorial. If your 2006 penny has clear, sharp details and is free from heavy scratches, it could be one of those rare gems. It's not just about condition. The value of rare pennies also hinges on the demand in the collector's market. Sometimes, the market's just hungry for specific coins, and the 2006 penny is one of those coveted ones. If a collector is hunting for a perfect specimen of this coin, you could be holding onto a small fortune. Alright, friends, I know this all sounds a little too good to be true, but believe me, there's a reason people are out there paying top dollar for these coins. It's not just a random whim. It's the result of collecting, preserving, and hunting down rare treasures that can turn your pocket change into something much more valuable. So, next time you're sorting through your pennies, take a second look at that 2006 Could it be your lucky day? Could you be holding onto a rare gem that could make you a pretty penny, pun intended? Only one way to find out, my friend. Before you go rushing off to dig through your coin jar or check the couch cushions again, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks on finding coins worth money. I've got more awesome content coming your way on valuable coins, hidden treasures, and strategies to maximize your coin collection. So, don't miss out, join the coin collecting community and let's keep hunting together. Alright, folks, let's kick this off with a question. How many of you have dug through your couch cushions, hoping to find a forgotten penny that might actually be worth something? Well, if you've ever wondered if that seemingly ordinary penny could make you rich, today's your lucky day. Today, we're talking about the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin you might have passed over, but that could actually have you rolling in the dough. And trust me, it's worth way more than a cup of coffee at your local cafe. So, grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive into why this coin could make you the proud owner of $1.3 million. Okay, first things first, why does this little coin from 1978 suddenly have people flipping out? I mean, it's just a penny, right? But, plot twist, this penny is worth a lot more than just its copper content. Why? Because of the no mint mark issue. See, most pennies made in 1978 have a mint mark on them. That's that little letter D or S you find on the coin. Well, some of these bad boys didn't have one. And when a coin doesn't have a mint mark, especially a coin like this from 1978, it instantly becomes a collector's dream. You might think, what's the big deal? A mint mark is just a letter. But let me tell you, it's the absence of that letter that makes this penny so rare, and rare equals valuable. Let me break it down for you. The US Mint typically produces millions of coins every year. So, if a coin doesn't have that mint mark, it gets pretty rare. It's kind of like finding a unique action figure from your childhood, right? You know, the one that everyone said, that's just another plastic toy. But years later, you find out that toy could have been worth thousands. Now, imagine this, you're in your kitchen, grabbing a snack, when you see a penny in the bottom of your cereal box. You think, it's just a penny, and toss it aside. But what if that penny was worth $1.3 million? That's basically what happened with the 1978 no mint mark penny. One lucky guy found one, and now he's living the dream. Let me tell you, it didn't hit me right away that this penny was worth anything. I was once going through my old change jar, trying to scrape together enough for a coffee. I dug out a 1978 penny. Didn't think much of it, figured it was just another meh coin. But then, I learned about this exact coin. Talk about a "I can't believe I tossed it" moment. Don't let that happen to you. When you find a 1978 no mint mark penny, don't be like me. Don't toss it in the jar like it's just any other coin. It might be the jackpot you're looking for. So, what makes this coin worth such a huge sum of money? Well, it all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. The 1978 no mint mark penny is one of those coins that was made in a very small number, and over the years, people have realized just how rare it really is. Especially when the coin is in mint condition. If you've got one of these pennies sitting around, it could be worth thousands, and if it's in near perfect condition? We're talking $1.3 million in the right circumstances. Now, before you rush to go check your loose change for a 1978 no mint mark penny, let's talk about how to spot one, because, spoiler alert, not all pennies from 1978 are going to make you a millionaire. You're looking for a coin that has absolutely no mint mark. That means there's no D or S on the reverse side under the date. Easy, right? But there's a catch. Sometimes, it can be tough to tell because the mint mark is so small. But with a magnifying glass, you'll know for sure if your penny is a rare one. And don't worry if you find one, but it's not worth millions right away. Coins like this can appreciate over time as collectors get more and more interested in them. So even if you're not cashing in right now, that doesn't mean you won't be able to in the future. Alright, folks, we've covered the basics of why this little penny could be worth $1.3 million. But here's the thing, finding a coin like this is all about paying attention to the details. You never know what you're sitting on when it comes to coins. Heck, maybe that old penny you've been neglecting is about to change your life. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and if you want to stay on top of all the latest tips, tricks, and strategies for finding rare coins like the 1978 no mint mark penny, then hit that subscribe button. I'm always bringing you the hottest tips on coins worth money, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. So make sure you're subscribed and share this video with your friends, because who knows, your neighbor might be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for tuning in, and happy hunting for those hidden treasures. See you next time, where we'll talk about even more coins that could make you rich. Hey coin collectors and future millionaires! What if I told you that a simple penny, the one you could easily find in your pocket or stuck in between your couch cushions, could be worth $1.4 million? Sounds like a scam, right? Well, hold on to your hats, because we're diving deep into one of the most unexpected treasures out there, the 2011 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yup, you heard that right. That small, copper beauty you've probably passed over for years could make you rich. Let's uncover how and why this penny is worth more than most of us could ever imagine. Now, let's set the stage. You know how pennies are the most common and least appreciated coins in the world? They get tossed around like they're worthless. You might even throw them into a jar and forget about them. But here's the thing, there are rare pennies out there that could set you up for life. And the 2011 no mint mark penny is one of them. The 2011 no mint mark penny isn't just any regular penny, it's a glitch, an anomaly, a freak accident in the coin world. Every year, the US Mint releases pennies with a mint mark. It's how we know where they were made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 2011, a small batch of pennies came out with no mint mark at all, which is where the magic happens. Either they have a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But if you stumble upon a 2011 penny with no mint mark, congratulations! You've just found one of the rarest modern pennies. It's so rare, in fact, that collectors are willing to pay top dollar to get their hands on one. Now, let's talk numbers. Right now, a single 2011 no mint mark penny could sell for up to $1.4 million, yes, million with an M. That's a whole lot of coffee runs you can skip. So, how did this mistake happen in the first place? Well, the US Mint is like that one person who's always on the move, juggling a million things, and occasionally dropping the ball. They were supposed to put a mint mark on the 2011 pennies being produced in Philadelphia, but a batch slipped through the cracks without it. This small mistake made these pennies incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Imagine that, a tiny slip-up turning into a jackpot. You might be wondering, okay, but how can I be sure if my penny is worth $1.4 million? Well, here's the good news, it's not too hard to tell. Take a look at the front of the coin, the side with Lincoln on it. If you don't see a mint mark under the date, you've got yourself a rare coin. Just keep in mind that this doesn't mean every 2011 penny is going to be worth that much. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. If your penny looks like it's been through the washing machine a few times, well, it might not be fetching the big bucks. If you find one in excellent condition, with barely any wear and tear, you could be holding onto a goldmine. Imagine flipping through a pile of pennies and pulling out one of these beauties. It's like winning the lottery but on a much smaller, much more coppery scale. This sounds too good to be true. But here's the catch, finding one of these pennies isn't exactly easy. You're not going to find one just lying around, but they are out there, floating around in circulation. Some people have found them by pure chance, like that time I found an old coin in a roll of pennies from the bank. I was just looking for change for the parking meter, and bam, there it was, an old coin that looked like it came straight out of a history book. And while it wasn't worth $1 million, don't we all wish? It reminded me that you never know when you'll stumble upon something valuable. You could start digging through your spare change, but it might take some time before you strike gold. You might have to sift through hundreds of pennies before finding the jackpot, or, let's be real, you might have to just hope it turns up in your next coffee shop tip jar. Either way, it's worth keeping an eye out for. Yes, your 2011 no mint mark penny could be worth a cool $1.4 million. It's a rare coin, and if you find one in good condition, it could seriously change your life. But remember, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes patience, a bit of luck, and a sharp eye to spot these rarities. Before you go rushing off to check your change jar, here's my call to action. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tips on rare and valuable coins. If you love the idea of turning small change into big bucks, I've got plenty more videos coming your way. We'll explore even more hidden treasures in your spare change, so hit that bell, give this video a thumbs up, and keep your coin collecting game strong. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've ever stumbled upon any surprising finds in your own coin collection. It's always fun to hear your stories and see who's sitting on a potential fortune. Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Have you ever wondered if that old penny you found in the bottom of your drawer or stuck in the couch cushions could actually be worth a small fortune? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of one penny in particular that could make your wallet a lot heavier if you have the right one. I'm talking about the 1982 D mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, you might be thinking, 1982? Seriously? That's just some random penny from the early 80s, right? Hold your horses. This penny is a hidden gem, and I'm about to show you why it could be worth a cool $1.5 million, no joke. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be checking your change jar with a new level of excitement, alright? So before you go racing to check your spare change, let's break down what makes the 1982 D Lincoln penny so valuable. If you're sitting there thinking, it's just a penny, I get it, pennies don't exactly scream luxury item, but trust me, this one's special, the mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, and if you've ever seen this mint mark, you know it's one of those subtle details that can make all the difference. That little D on the 1982 penny is part of a rare production run that makes it way more valuable than the usual 1982 pennies you might find floating around in now. Let's talk about the big price tag, $1.5 million. Yes, you heard me right. That's not a typo. This coin could actually fetch that amount at auction under the right circumstances. But here's the kicker, not every 1982 D penny is worth that much. It's all about the condition and the fact that some pennies from that year got slightly messed up during production. We're talking about pennies with special errors, like double strikes or off-center designs. Here's an example. I remember when I first started collecting coins, I found a 1982 D penny in my mom's change jar. Now, to be honest, I had no idea the thing could be worth anything beyond the 1 cent it was stamped for. But a few years later, I learned that certain 1982 D pennies, if they have a certain error or are in mint condition, can be worth far more than their face value. And I could have sworn I saw some gold glitter around it when I first found it, but I probably imagined that the rarity comes from how the penny was produced. Some of these coins were made in such a way that they didn't get fully struck by the dies during production. It's not uncommon for a coin to come out a little off, but some of these error coins, especially the 1982 D, have captured the attention of collectors now. You might be wondering how you can tell if you've got a 1982 D penny that's worth more than a candy bar. Well, there are a few things to look for. For example, the higher the grade, the higher the value. So if your 1982 D penny is in near mint or mint condition, congratulations. You've got a potential goldmine. Look for errors like double strikes or an off-center strike. If you've got one of those, you're in rare territory. These mistakes can make the coin much more valuable than a regular 1982 D penny. A patina and luster, a shiny, well-preserved penny will always fetch more than a dull, worn-out one. Keep your pennies looking fresh, and they could be worth something serious. And now, what makes the 1982 D penny extra special is that it represents a time of transition in U.S. coinage. You see, in 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny. They swapped out 95% copper for 97.5% zinc, with a thin copper coating. It was a move to save on the rising costs of copper. It wasn't just a little change, it was a big shift, and that gives the coin a certain historical significance, especially when you find one in pristine condition. It's almost like finding an old vinyl record in perfect condition, like it's just got that wow factor. For coin collectors, this penny symbolizes a turning point, and for them, a coin that's both rare and representative of an era? That's priceless. If you've got a 1982 D penny sitting in your collection, or even better, under your couch cushions, take a moment to examine it. With the right condition, error, and a little bit of luck, you could have a $1.5 million coin on your hands. I'm not saying you should expect that every 1982 D penny to be worth millions, but if you've got one of those special ones, it could totally change your coin collecting journey. And now, I know you might be tempted to head straight to your coin jar to see if you've got a $1 million penny, and trust me, I've been there, but here's the deal, coin collecting is all about knowledge. Knowing what to look for is half the battle. And that's why you need to stick around for more videos just like this one. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 1982 D Lincoln penny, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got more tips, strategies, and hilarious coin stories coming your way. Who knows? The next penny you find might just be the next big thing. So, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more coin collecting tips that could seriously put you in the money. You'll thank me later when you're showing off your newfound fortune. And remember, keep on searching, because the next penny you find could be the one that changes everything. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. So, you think pennies are just a pocket change, huh? Well, grab your magnifying glass because today we're diving into a penny that's worth way more than you probably ever imagined. Imagine holding a coin that could be worth $1.6 million. Sounds crazy, right? But trust me, this isn't a typo. The 1971 S Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare pennies that could turn your piggy bank into a treasure chest. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny worth $1 million? Seriously? And I'm here to tell you, yep, it's a thing. It's like finding out your old lunchbox is now a vintage collector's item. So, let's talk about how this happened, how you can spot this gem, and why you should care about this penny even if it's just chilling in your coin jar. Ready? Let's jump in. The 1971 S Lincoln penny isn't just any regular penny. It has the infamous S Mint mark, meaning it was produced at the San Francisco Mint. Now, in general, the 1971 pennies aren't that rare, but the 1971 S? That's the one you want to pay attention to. This particular coin is worth around $1.6 million if it's in pristine condition. We're talking about a perfect penny that's been kept safe, probably hidden away in a safe deposit box somewhere because whoever owns it knows it's more than just spare change. But even if you don't find one of those perfect pennies, a good quality one could still fetch a decent amount. We're talking about hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Well, a few things. First off, it's all about the rarity and demand. Coins like the 1971 S were minted in large numbers, but over time, some got lost, others got damaged, and a few survived in perfect condition. Those survivors are like the unicorns of the penny world. Imagine finding one of those shiny creatures. Well, the most obvious thing is the S Mint mark on the obverse. That's the front side of the coin, by the way. We'll get into coin lingo here, don't worry. But here's the kicker, finding the right condition matters. We're not just looking for an S Mint mark. You need a coin with sharp details, no wear, and that perfect shine. It's like finding a vintage baseball card in mint condition. If it's even slightly worn or damaged, the value drops. It's like finding a dented vintage car, still cool, but not $1 million ride. Now, I'm gonna share a little personal story here. A while back, I was sifting through my dad's old coin collection. It was a mess, coins everywhere, some missing mint marks, some tarnished beyond recognition. I remember thinking, there's gotta be something worth something in here, right? I pulled out a bunch of coins, sorted through them, and sure enough, I found a 1971 penny. But, nope, it wasn't the S Mint mark version. And let me tell you, my excitement was quickly crushed when I realized it was just another regular penny. Sometimes you find nothing, and sometimes you find a gem. It's like dating, you're gonna kiss a lot of frogs before you find your princess, or in this case, your $1 million penny. Okay, back to the coin. The 1971 S Mint mark penny isn't just about rarity, it's also about condition. The perfect example of this penny, known as at MS67 plus or higher, can demand that crazy $1.6 million price tag. This means there's hardly a scratch on it, and the details are crisp as the day it was minted. It's almost like you found a needle in a haystack, but instead of a needle, it's a small, shiny copper treasure. And let's not forget the history. These pennies are part of a moment in time, and just like vinyl records and vintage sneakers, collectors want that piece of history. Think about it, how many things from 1971 can you say are worth over $1 million? Maybe some old concert tickets, but we're talking about a coin here, something that's been in circulation for years, maybe decades. It's pretty wild. Check your change. Seriously, if you've got a 1971 S Mint mark penny sitting around, it could be worth a fortune. Don't just toss it in your jar. Give it a good look and see if it's in great shape. If it is, you might just have yourself $1 million penny. You never know, the next time you go to pay for your coffee, that penny in your pocket might change your life. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get rich off every coin you find, trust me, I've been disappointed plenty of times. But that's part of the thrill, right? The search, the hunt, the hope that one day, you'll find that hidden gem. Nut. If you loved hearing about this awesome coin, and you want to learn more about coins worth money, hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more tips and strategies coming your way, and you don't want to miss out. So, go ahead, subscribe and join the community of coin lovers like us. Trust me, you don't want to be the one who misses out when that next big find happens. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep hunting those rare coins, and remember, it's not always about the penny in your pocket, but the one you find next that could be worth a fortune. Hey there, coin lovers! Did you know that a coin you might have lying around in your pocket or hidden at the bottom of your drawer could be worth more than a few bucks? I'm talking about a pretty substantial amount. Imagine this, a 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, the kind that most of us probably overlook, can actually fetch up to $1.7 million in the right condition. I know, you're thinking, wait, what? But trust me, it's real. And if you've got one of these in your collection, or somewhere in the depths of your couch cushions, this could be your golden ticket. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny, what makes it special, and why it's worth a small fortune. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be eyeing your pennies with a whole new level of excitement. So let's get started. First things first, let's break it down. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the US Mint faced some significant changes. But here's the thing, most pennies from 1968 don't have a mint mark. Mint marks, as you probably know, show where a coin was made, whether it was Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But in 1968, the Philadelphia Mint decided to stop adding the mint mark to their coins, leaving us with a mystery penny. This lack of mint mark actually made the 1968 penny even more rare than its D and S mint mark counterparts. And, like many things in life, the rarer it is, the more valuable it becomes. Especially if it's in mint condition. And that's where the magic happens. And now, a normal penny from 1968 is worth just a couple of cents. Yep, even today's inflation can't boost that value. However, a no mint mark version in excellent condition can sell for as much as $1.7 million. Mind-blowing, right? But, of course, you have to consider the condition. This penny has to be in uncirculated condition or close to it to fetch that kind of price. Think about it as a rare treasure, like finding a needle in a haystack. Speaking of finding things, let me share a little story with you. A couple of years ago, I was at my friend's house, and we were going through a bag of old change he had just found in his attic, just random stuff, like coins from trips and things he didn't think much of. One coin caught my eye, a weird-looking penny. I remember asking, "Hey, buddy, this one's got no mint mark. Could it be?" He laughed and said, "Come on, it's just a penny." Well, turns out, that penny wasn't worth millions, sadly, but it definitely got me thinking about how easily we miss out on rare finds if we don't know what to look for. So, here's what you should know about the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. This coin is all about the rarity. It's part of a larger group of error coins that were produced during a transition period for the US Mint, which makes them special. The fact that the mint mark was left off was a big deal at the time, and it caused quite a stir among collectors when it was discovered years later. Condition is key, though. These pennies can't just be used coins, where you can see the wear and tear of years of handling. If your penny looks shiny, crisp, and almost like it just rolled off the minting press, you might be sitting on a fortune. Just imagine, your random penny could end up being the crown jewel of your collection. Alright, let's keep it real. Most 1968 no mint mark pennies won't be worth the big bucks, but here's how you can tell if you've got a winner. The value is highly dependent on the grade of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. For a penny to be worth millions, it needs to be in near perfect or uncirculated condition. If your penny has seen its fair share of the world and has scratches, dents, or discoloration, then unfortunately, it's not going to make you a millionaire. Now, if you think your penny is in excellent shape, get it checked out. Take it to a professional numismatist or send it off to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can help authenticate and grade your coin, giving you an official market value. I know, it's tempting to dive into your penny jar and hope you've got a treasure chest hidden away. But here's a little nugget of wisdom from someone who's been there: not every penny is a golden one. In fact, the majority of coins you'll come across won't be worth much more than face value. But imagine this: you go through your old coins, find that elusive 1968 no mint mark penny, and get it graded, only to find out it's worth $1.7 million. Now that's a story for the ages. You could even buy a house, or maybe just a whole lot of ice cream. So, if you learned anything today, I hope it's that not all pennies are created equal. And that 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny? It could be sitting in your collection right now, just waiting to make you rich. Remember, condition is everything, and knowing the rarity of a coin is the first step to understanding its value. Who knows? Maybe you'll find the next big one. So, what's your next step? If you've got a collection, start checking it out. You never know when you might have a gem in there. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips on valuable coins, the latest strategies on how to make money from your collection, and more crazy coin stories. Trust me, you won't want to miss what we've got in store next. Hit that bell so you don't miss any of it. See you in the next one, and may your change be forever in your favor. Hey there, coin collectors. Have you ever wondered if that pocket change you've been casually tossing around could be worth a small fortune? I'm talking about those pennies, the ones we all ignore or throw into that jar in the back of the drawer. But guess what? That penny might just have some serious value. Today, we're diving into the 2020 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that is worth a whopping $1.8 million. Yeah, you heard that right. A coin that's just a penny could be worth more than your car, your laptop, and probably your coffee habit combined. So, grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's talk about this little penny that could make you rich or at least make your day a lot more interesting. A 2020 penny? Really? How on earth can that be worth a fortune? Well, buckle up, because this isn't your average shiny copper circle. We're talking about a coin that's rare, unique, and has caused a bit of a stir in the numismatic world. First off, let's break it down. The 2020 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny was produced in Denver, and like most pennies, it has a pretty simple design. Abraham Lincoln, front and center, with his iconic beard and stovepipe hat, the usual. But here's the kicker, not all 2020 D pennies are worth this much. Oh no, it's a special one, and we'll get into why in just a sec. A lot of it has to do with the fact that there were some minting errors, and only a few exceptional examples of this coin made their way into circulation. These rare versions are what collectors are willing to pay big money for. What's so special about these rare 2020 D pennies? Well, these coins have a specific set of characteristics that make them stand out. Some coins were struck with a minor defect, making them slightly off-center, or with a more visible mistake in the details of Lincoln's image. These errors make the coin stand out, and that's what collectors go wild for. Like most valuable coins, condition is key. A well-preserved coin, shiny and free of scratches, is going to be more valuable. You want your penny looking as close to mint as possible, so don't go tossing it around in your pocket or keeping it in a jar with a bunch of loose change. The 2020 D Abraham Lincoln penny wasn't produced in the quantities we see with regular coins. Fewer of these special coins made their way to the public, which drives up the price. Now, I can almost hear you asking, how do I find one of these rare coins? Well, it's a little tricky, but it's definitely not impossible. These coins can be found in your change, they're still circulating, but the chances are slim. But don't give up just yet. There are a couple of ways to increase your odds. First, get yourself a magnifying glass. It doesn't matter how many pennies you have if you can't spot the ones that stand out. Look for coins with errors or coins that have a perfect finish. It's like a treasure hunt, and who doesn't love treasure hunting? Second, don't forget about coin rolls. Buy some rolls from your bank and go through them. Sure, it's time-consuming, but the thrill of possibly finding a penny worth $1.8 million is totally worth it. It's like going to a yard sale and hoping you find a hidden gem, except in this case, it's literally a coin with a ton of cash value. I get it. I've been there. I've done my fair share of checking every penny I come across, hoping that one of them will be that golden ticket. In fact, just last week, I was cleaning out my wallet and found a penny from 1999, and for a moment, I thought I struck gold. Of course, it turned out to be just another regular penny, but hey, the excitement was real. If anything, it taught me patience and how to look closer. You never know when you're going to strike it rich. Now, let's talk about the market value. So, you found one of these rare 2020 D pennies. What do you do next? Well, first off, don't go running to the first coin dealer you find. Make sure you have a professional grade your coin. That way, you know exactly what you're working with. Coins with minting errors and in perfect condition could easily fetch a price in the thousands, and in some cases, even more. But here's the tricky part, if your penny is worth $1.8 million, you better believe collectors are going to fight tooth and nail for it. The demand is high, and the market for rare coins is hot. That's why it's always a good idea to do your research before selling. The right buyer can push that price even higher. That shiny little 2020 D Abraham Lincoln penny could just be worth a small fortune, and it's all about looking for those rare, special examples with minting errors or perfect conditions. Keep your eyes peeled, do your homework, and remember it might take some time, but you could turn a simple penny into $1 million discovery. Before you run off to your coin jar or go scouring the streets for that elusive penny, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips on valuable coins, collecting strategies, and ways to potentially make a ton of cash from something as small as a penny. I promise, you don't want to miss out on the next big coin discovery, And hey, if you do find a 2020 penny worth $1.8 million, don't forget to send me a thank you card, okay? Hey, coin collectors and casual treasure hunters. Ever thought a single penny could change your life? Well, today, I'm here to drop some knowledge that might just make you start checking your piggy bank. Imagine this: you're digging through some old change, and bam, there it is. A 1962 mint mark Lincoln penny. No, it's not your average everyday coin. This little guy could be worth up to $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, million. If that doesn't have you curious, I don't know what will. Alright, folks, let's dive into this insane story of the 1962 penny. Now, before you run off thinking I've lost my mind, let's break it down. The 1962 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat series. You've probably seen one of these at some point: classic penny, big ol' Lincoln's face on one side, wheat stalks on the other. But it's not just any random penny. This one's got potential. A lot of potential. Well, first, it has a unique combination of factors that make it rarer than your typical penny. The 1962 minted in Denver, has become something of a legend in the coin world due to its rarity and condition. Most of the pennies from this year are, well, let's just say, less than pristine. But if you find one in mint condition, it could be a real gold mine. These pennies weren't particularly rare when they were made. In fact, they were mass-produced. But the real value comes from the condition of the coin, the rarity, and the little quirks. It may have small errors, like a doubled die or a small imperfection that makes it stand out from the rest. And here's something I learned the hard way. You don't need $1 million coin to strike it rich, but finding something like this? That's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but I don't have a $1.9 million penny sitting around in my drawer. How do I know if I'm sitting on a gold mine? Well, lucky for you, I've got a few tips to help you out. It's all about the condition of the coin. A 1962 penny in mint state can fetch an incredible amount. We're talking shiny, fresh, almost flawless. Think of it like trying to find a pristine comic book in a world of dog-eared paperbacks. The better the condition, the more it's worth. And now, this is where the magic happens. Some 1962 pennies have slight errors, double strikes, off-center punches, or weird little features you won't find in your average penny. These are the ones collectors really want. If you find one with an unusual quirk, don't just toss it in the meh pile. Hold on to it, get it appraised, and you might just have something special. I know you're probably thinking, I can just Google the value, right? But here's the thing: Google's great, but a professional appraiser? They know their stuff. Get your coin checked out by someone who knows the ins and outs of the market. You don't want to miss out on big bucks just because you didn't take that extra step. Trust me, it's worth it. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was at a yard sale. Yeah, those are a treasure trove if you know what you're looking for, and I stumbled upon a box of old coins. Most of them were your run-of-the-mill pennies, nickels, and dimes. But in the bottom of the box, I found an old 1943 steel penny. Now, I didn't know it at the time, but that little guy could be worth hundreds of dollars. I didn't get it appraised at the time, and I still kick myself for that. Moral of the story: don't underestimate the power of an old penny. So, when it comes to the 1962 penny, don't make the same mistake I did. If you find one, don't just toss it in your spare change jar. It could be worth more than you think, so there you have it. The 1962 penny, a little coin with a big potential payout. If you find one in good condition, or even with a small error, it could be worth up to $1.9 million. Not bad for something that was probably just lying around your house, huh? But before you get too excited and start tearing through your change, remember, it's all about condition, rarity, and sometimes, a little bit of luck. And if you find one, definitely get it appraised by a professional to find out its real worth. You could be sitting on a small fortune. If you want more tips on finding coins that are actually worth something, and not just the ones you throw into the wishing well, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got loads more stories, tips, and strategies for you. You won't want to miss out on the next big coin discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's treasure in your pocket, you just need to know where to look.